Up, Gordon.
Hold on, I have my headphones down. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, cool. What a catch. Did you see that?
Yeah, it's quite the game we got going on. Jeez.
Yeah,
Home
it's,
runs
it's
like
nuts.
crazy.
Unrelated to like the actual game on the field, but Joe Davis is probably like a top 2 or 3 broadcaster in the sport. The dude absolutely he's a beast as a broadcaster.
Yeah, he's a lot. I like him a lot better than Joe Buck. I wish he would be the. I wish he would be the World Series broadcaster.
Yeah, him like whenever, especially since I've been watching obviously all the Sox games on Nesson, going from Dave O'Brien to Joe Davis in this series has been just chef's kiss. It's been beautiful. Because I think when the JD home run happened, I think of how bad that call may have been if it were Dave O'Brien calling it, and did not disappoint.
Yeah. How about Howick tonight? He's been on point. Shut
Yeah,
it
he's
down after that rough sale outing.
yeah that first guy out of the bullpen these 2 days for the Red Sox have been the 2 MVPs of the series. I know Kike and obviously JD and Bogarts have all come along, and Verdugo even have all been great offensively.
Mm-hmm.
That Pavetta being able to get you almost 5 innings of relief last night, and then Houck, what he's done out of the bullpen today, what they've done offensively doesn't even matter if those two don't pitch the way they have.
Yeah. It's like a home run derby.
And a lot of them have been with 2 strikes.
Yeah. Thought you guys were down and out after that first inning, but
So did I.
Oh, G-Man. That guy was leaning over the freaking wall.
That's not gone. That's fan
Yeah, that's
interference.
definitely fan interference.
That's going to be a double.
Yeah. He was way over.
Gotta love G-Man Choi, though. That
Yeah.
dude, if you put an elite pitcher or at least somebody with fantastic stuff on the mound, that dude it's like Barry Bonds. It's insane.
Yeah. I mean, when he faces off against Garrett Cole too, I hate saying that.
He homered off of Uvalde a couple of times. Are they not going to check that? That was very clear interference.
Yeah, they're checking.
Oh, they are? Okay, so I'm a little bit behind you on mine. Even I'm watching live TV. Gotta love it.
Oh yeah.
All right, folks.
That's definitely coming back. So imagine if there was replay in '96 with the Jeter home run.
The whole complexion of Derek Jeter's career might be different.
Well, that's
no, I'm
one.
kidding. No, I'm joking.
I was supposed to get Joey Ricotta coming on this too at some point.
Oh, cool. That's I'm trying to remember because I spent so much time away from prime time, like coming back to it, I forgot everybody. Joey's the Cubs guy, right?
Yeah, he's the Cubs guy. What?
They called it a home run?
Serious right now? Well, how is that a home run? I hate the Red Sox, but that's not a good call. That is terrible. That is absolutely terrible.
Inexcusable. Oh, my TV needs to refresh, I guess. There we go.
I don't know. How do you watch replay and say that that's a home run?
Like the way replay has progressed over the last few years, or I guess I should say as the sample size of replay usage has increased over the last few years, it's insane to me how many calls still get missed. Like very clear as day. Fan interference, out plays on the bases, they still somehow get them wrong.
I don't understand. They need to just, if they're not going to get it right, why do they even have replay at all? Like,
Yeah, they need to nuke free play or completely overhaul it because it's really like entire games are getting messed up over the court for calls like that.
yeah, not only that, some of them take forever too.
Yeah, I think
It's
it
like,
should be 30 seconds because if it's longer than 30 seconds, it's not clear and refutable. And I think 30 seconds may be generous. It should be more like 15 or 20. If you don't know for sure and you need another angle of it, then it's the call on the field stands because it takes too long. We talk about pace of play, and then we have a 2-minute review of the play. It's stupid.
yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, I understand wanting to get it right, but like at the same time, it's still, I kind of like the human element of the game too.
Me too. That's why I've always been on the fence about robot umpires behind the plate. All right, cool. I'll cut out of the inning.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I've always. That's why I've been always a huge like proponent of keeping catchers or keeping the human element behind the plate because catcher framing I think is incredibly important. And if you think about all the catchers that would be getting let off the hook or guys that are still employed by teams specifically because they're good framers,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it almost completely removes the incentive to have a good defense. I shouldn't say good defensive catcher, but at least a good framer behind the plate.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because there's some catchers that'd be out of job if that wasn't a thing. Like,
Yeah, like Roberto Perez, especially.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of other ones. Let me look and see who was the catching framers like leaderboard this year, because some people were very very much not good hitters that were leading in that
Yeah.
statistic.
That's definitely an interesting thing to look at. Yeah.
Like Jonah Heim, second best in terms
Yeah.
of stealing strikes. Jose Trevino, so two Rangers catchers, they'd have to have a whole new backstop.
Yeah. Jeez.
Tucker Barnhart would probably be out of baseball.
Oh man.
Kyle Higashioka.
Yeah, I know he was a good framer. I mean, at least he's a semi good hitter. Like, he's not that good, but like he can hit bombs at some points.
I like him a lot. I didn't necessarily until I got into analytics and looked at expected numbers and stuff, but his batted ball profile is pretty comparable to Gary Sanchez this year. And if you're going to get astronomically better defense out of him, I think it's worth looking into maybe giving him more opportunity. And then I think you could trade Gary Sanchez somewhere. There's going to be value for him somewhere, but maybe moving on from Gary, having Higashioka be the primary catcher, and then have a lefty swinging catcher off the bench, like Jason Castro's the guy that I always reference, even though he's still under contract. You could still probably trade for him because I doubt Houston will keep him.
The only thing with Higashioka is he doesn't have a good arm, so he never really throws anybody out.
Yeah, he's Kevin Plawecki back there, except he's got home run power, and Plawecki is a singles hitter that can't run.
True.
How'd the stream earlier go? I didn't get to tune into it because I was sorry as I slept in, but I also didn't really watch much of the game.
That was good. I got a couple guys on. I got a Dodgers guy and a Brewers guy.
Nice.
So, pretty good. I was like on for like 3.5 hours or so.
Nice.
I
always wanted to. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying I started when the first game started, and then went through the end, like to the end of the Brewers game.
Gotcha. I've always wanted to do something like this during a game, but I've never actually I'm assuming StreamYard is free. Is it free, or do you have to pay to use it? I haven't looked into it too much.
Yeah, just the general version of it's free.
Gotcha.
And if you wanna do like multiple streams at once, you have to pay. But
what do you mean by multiple streams at once?
Over multiple platforms, like if you do YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
What was I saying? Michael Walker.
He was my Rays X factor for the playoffs. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, I wanted to stay away from obvious players. I think the most obvious one I went with was Yohan Moncada with the White Sox, but I wanted because I think with Waka especially what he brings to the table. I know McHugh made a start in 2017 for the Astros, but he's pitched in the World Series as a starter, and he's been to the playoffs a lot with the Cardinals as both a starter and a reliever. JD's having a great night offensively. Dang.
Oh yeah.
I'd probably get him out of there though. I'd probably run for him. Unlikely he gets another at bat, and that insurance run could be huge. But yeah, I think Waka, what he brings to the table, especially with this changeup out of the bullpen, I think is pretty huge, and he could give you 2-3 innings. I'm surprised they're using him now. I guess I don't know. Very inexperienced team. You'd think maybe having a vet that can go multiple innings out of the bullpen is huge because I don't think Robertson can do that anymore.
Yeah, not really. He was always good with the Yankees. I liked him.
I always wanted him in Boston, like nobody's business. It was whenever he was a free agent or when the White Sox were looking to trade him, I was like, that's the guy you want. And I am not blaming the Sox for not trading for him since the Yankees gave up a haul to get him, Canely, and Frazier that one deadline. But
yeah,
always felt like almost like a match made in heaven that never came to fruition was David Robertson in Boston. I thought he was done though. When I found he was pitching for Team USA, I was surprised. And then when the Rays signed him, I'm like, how on earth are you going to let the Rays get him in there?
Yeah. We got a chance to tack on some runs here.
Yeah, I need Renfroe to check in. He's been really bad these 2 nights. He's missed a lot of hangers. So I don't think it'll last for too much longer, but we're running out of time. I didn't even want to play him today. I thought you needed to stack lefties, and I'm wrong as always because I was like, you should put Kike in the 9 hole, have Verdugo and Schwarber hit 1-2, which I guess wouldn't have been a horrible take with how Verdugo's played today. But yeah, Kike's been instrumental in this one. I got to swing at that, man. Oh, Brazier going in the 7th. I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, that's a little rough.
Especially after he almost, I don't say cost you the wild card game, but 3 feet higher.
Well,
whole game's different.
If they didn't send Judge.
Yeah. I still don't think that was that bad of a decision. It took 2 perfect throws to get him. I know he was out by a lot, but it's because the 2 perfect throws happened. And with the way Gallo had been hitting, they would have probably swapped him.
I think it's a combination of both, like a bad send, but a perfect throws too. Like
yeah,
because they should have known that the Red Sox are they did that play all year, so I mean they should know his arm.
Vasquez. Okay, I know I've obsessed over that pitch selection to Jordan Luplow in the first inning all game. If the Sox end up losing, which breaking the 4th wall, don't think that'll happen. In this one, Renfroe's been so bad this series, but I think it all comes down to that pitch selection. Like I looked at the splits for Luplow, not the splits, his success rate in terms of like which zone he's being pitched to. There was 0 possible outcome if Luplow made contact on the pitch selection or the pitch location. Up, dude hammers the ball. Up and away, dude hammers the ball. If they went up and in and he beat you, tip your cap. If you went low and away and he beat you, tip your cap. But you cannot elevate the ball up and away to Jordan Luplow, who he was relatively average this year against lefties, but overall it's pretty good against lefties. I'm amazed they were able to fight back into it. That felt like a knife.
Yeah. Just don't understand the Rays are such a good team. They can't get fans still.
It's because the park's a dump. Like I mean, I think that maybe oversimplifying the issues. I guess maybe just the market itself. Like you don't really want to go get through. Yes, Vasquez. You don't really want to go to that ballpark. And
No.
I don't know about the area. I've never been to the Trop. I don't know about the area. I don't know how easy it is to get there. But it's just there's something about that ballpark that breeds mediocrity, even though the team is a great product. They
Yeah.
got to like if they need to. I know it's again they don't have the kind of money to really make that kind of financial gamble, but I think you got to try and find a way to relocate in that market because the fans there are very passionate, and I've gotten in conversations on Twitter about it with Rays fans. They're a very passionate bunch, but that ballpark's just so disgusting.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like that home run the other day with Cruz, like hitting the catwalk.
Yeah, that whole there's so much confusion about the catwalk that hell if they want to get rid of just the roof, just blow the dome off the place and go retractable, then you could salvage so much out of that ballpark.
Yeah. So now we got the other game underway. The Dodgers and Giants. Gonna be a great series.
Who you got winning it?
I got the Dodgers in 5.
I'm still on the fence. I think it's going the distance regardless.
Yeah.
Why are we bunting there? But I got to go in the distance regardless. I think the Dodgers will end up winning. Ultimately, they're too talented, but there's something about the Giants this year.
Mm.
Here comes Ryan Brazier.
Uh-oh. Walker Bueller leadoff walk.
He's had one of the more overrated seasons, I think, in the league. Based on what a lot of people that I've been reading, like reading their tweets, reading their articles about him, he's had a great year. Don't get me wrong, but like a lot of people say he should have been a Cy Young candidate. I'm not really there. Like I know his ERA is good, but strikeouts went down this year. All of his peripherals aren't great. I just thought there were easily like 4 or 5 better options than him, and people thought he should have been the de facto winner. And I can't get myself there.
Yeah, he's definitely not gonna win. Like maybe he's top 5, but I don't even know about if he's top 5. Like there's definitely other guys like Corbin Burns is probably gonna be the winner or at least top 2, and then you got Zach Wheeler in there too, and then
Yeah, the best argument I've heard for Wheeler was the amount of innings he's pitched, and I know that Burns across the board has better numbers, and I've been very reluctant to go to that extent to say that Wheeler's better. But I will say, I was watching Marcus Stroman's Instagram Live the other day, and he talked about how the amount of innings he is past Corbin Burns. Like that's like 7 more starts.
Yeah.
And at the production, if it's close, then I get it. I just still think Burns was just too dominant in his sample to overlook that. But if Wheeler ends up winning it, I'm not gonna cry about it.
No. I'm interested to see how the NL MVP goes with Harper and Soto.
Seriously, I think it'll be Soto ultimately. He played way too well those last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But
That'll
that's
be
my
cool.
preseason prediction, so hold out hope.
I had I know I had Ohtani for the AL, but I forget who I had for the NL. I don't think it was Harper.
I did fairly well on all of my predictions for the season because I had Ohtani MVP, I had Harper for the NL, and I had Corbin Burns winning NL Cy Young. Where I went wrong was because I didn't buy into the White Sox. I thought the Indians were going to be much better because of their pitching staff. I had Tristan McKenzie winning Cy Young.
Oh.
That was not good. I had to put a hot take in there.
I had him as the Rookie of the Year, I think.
I had him winning both Rookie of the Year and Cy Young, and that just was not wise.
Yeah. I mean, if he stayed healthy, it would have been better. I mean, different, but
yeah. I still think he's gonna be a stud.
I don't know what just happened to my camera.
Oh shoot!
It just said it lost connection to it for some reason.
Interesting. You were kind of freezing up, like your camera was freezing up at a couple points. So that's probably.
Yeah, I think it was just my computer. It just froze, like it wouldn't load. Probably because I had Twitter open at the same time. Let's see. I guess I'll close that tab.
I'm still thinking Uvalde should pitch in this game.
How long is Howard? Oh, not Howard. What am I saying? How long is Razor going to last here, do you think?
Probably an inning. I wouldn't give him any more than that. He's been fantastic down the stretch, but I don't think he's ever pitched multiple innings in the major leagues. So I would try and stay away from that if possible. Maybe let him go a batter into the eighth if it's another righty or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Depends on how quickly he gets out of it, too.
Dang, he got away with one.
Yeah, right down the middle.
Oh, my goodness. That's the one perk about facing guys that homer or strike out a lot of the time is like, if you throw a hanger and he doesn't hit it a mile, there's a decent chance he's going to whiff at it.
Oh, yeah.
I think my recipe for putting the bow on this one is Brazier gets this inning. In the eighth, if you don't get another run, I'd probably go to Uvalde, get the eighth under control, and then finish it with Houck, or let Houck pitch the last two since you'll have the off day tomorrow. But I value this game, obviously, more than I do game 3. You got to split, especially leading this late in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, it's always for the division series, you always have to go into it thinking you're going to at least split the first two because if you go down 0-2, you're done.
Yeah. This is all gravy for me. I thought my prediction preseason was 82-80.
Wow.
And I saw my team win the wild card game. Get me a win in this series, and I'm content with how the season. I'm already content with how the season went, but don't get embarrassed. Win a game, and I already feel really good about the rest of the season, but I feel extra good about the future of this team if they can get a win in this series.
Yo, Joey, what's up?
What's going on? Can you guys see me?
Yeah, I can see you. So
all right.
Great game right now.
How's it going? Yeah. Or wait, are you guys? Which one are you watching?
The Red Sox Rays.
What's that?
Red Sox Rays.
Yeah, that's what I'm watching too. I can't put both games on right now. I can only put one on while I'm doing this.
Yeah, me too. I have just I'm just gonna go over to the other one.
That game started, right? Dodgers and Giants.
Yeah, Posey just homered.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
Yep.
Posey hit one. Damn.
Yeah.
Yep, already 2-0. Opposite field on a 3-0 pitch too.
Oh shit.
Oh. Jeez, that guy's nuts.
Let him loose. Tony
Yeah,
LaRusse is getting upset.
Huh?
Tony LaRusse is upset for him swinging on 3-0.
Tony LaRusse should get canned out.
Tony LaRusse needs to worry about his own team right now.
Yeah, his decisions today
were
so
my God. I wasn't able to see it because I was at work, but just basing it off of what everyone's saying, it doesn't sound good.
No.
Of course, he kept Kimbrel in that setup role, like from the moment he's been there. Basically, he's been in that setup role, and he just now today admitted it. I saw in like the post game press conference or whatever that that's not his role. He shouldn't be. He's not. He's used to being a closer. That's not his role. Okay, what the fuck? You had him in the role the whole time since the trade, and it wasn't working. And you guys could probably have home field advantage in this series right now had you used him correctly and not had him setting up games instead of closing them.
I mean, yeah, any Red Sox or Cubs fan could have told you Kimbrel can't pitch before the ninth inning unless it's like, I mean, and for a while, especially 2018, he couldn't even give you 4 outs. No. He had to pitch the ninth inning. He couldn't get over that mental hurdle.
So stupid.
What an inning from Frazier. Jesus.
Wow. Yeah.
Struck out the side.
Jesus Christ.
Dance on my grave, Ryan. Damn.
Wow. I just saw it now because it's a little delayed on mine. Because I'm using these split screens. One with you guys on it, and then the other one with the game. But, man, I'm glad the Red Sox are winning this game. I want to see a series.
Me too.
Like
I think there's a decent shot it goes 5. I don't think the Sox are capable of winning 3 in a row. I think it'll go back to Tampa Bay in Game 5, and I don't even know who pitched that one.
Yeah,
the Sox.
Who started this game?
Sale.
Sale did?
He was out early.
Yeah. 1 inning, 5 earned.
Wow, I wouldn't have expected that with him pitching this game.
So the thing with him this season is, for starters, his last 3 years he pitched. His fastball usage rate was never above 40. This year it's almost 50. And he's been getting pummeled on his fastball this season. And because his changeup hasn't been great, his slider's been unhittable as always. And they get 0-2 on Jordan Luplow, the bases loaded and 1 out. And instead of going slider in or changeup away or something, they go fastball up, and Luplow kills fastballs, kills pitches up in the zone, and hit a grand slam. So it obviously you can't predict he's going to hit one a mile, but do your homework because that was inexcusable.
Yeah, that's god awful.
He didn't have it though. Like you could tell, even the strikeouts allow, his slider was in the middle of the plate.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing that he was even able to come back and contribute like he has. I mean, not that people weren't expecting him to come back at some point this year, but I mean, he was pretty solid though during the regular season for the most part since returning. Obviously, not the velocity that you want to see, but like he's still got the stuff though.
It's important. It was important to see
At least
him.
You can tell that.
Yeah, it's important to see him this year. I'm not really going to formulate an opinion of him like moving forward until I see how he responds to a normal offseason. But he's been better than I honestly expected. His velocity's been there when he absolutely needs it, except on that pitch to Luplow. But yeah, it's been
yeah.
Yeah.
That was like 94. If it was 96, 97, maybe you get a foul ball or he misses it outright. But
yeah, I wonder. Yeah, like you said, maybe a full off season of actually going through his normal routine and working himself up to, being able to pitch a lot. Unlike this season where he was hurt and then working back from injury, maybe he can build up this offseason and then get some of the velocity back. But it's like, I mean, at this stage, maybe he just won't be that 98 consistent pitcher now. And he just has to maneuver around that and throw maybe even more sliders and changeups and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs 98 to be great. I think he needs 94, 96 when he absolutely needs it late in the game if he needs a big strikeout. But that slider's the key. It's about getting the feel back for it. And I think he will, getting a full normal offseason and maybe a normal spring training as well. I'm not worried about him until I have a reason to be, and I'm just I don't think I can be worried about him at this point.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you, what do you think about Erod? Do you think the Red Sox bring him back next year, or is he gone?
I've seen the idea tossed around of him getting the qualifying offer, and then if he doesn't accept it and signs somewhere else, you get a pick for it. I'm okay with that. I would try and lock him down because I think if you improve the defense behind him, he's going to have a better season. His peripherals were too good. I know he's good for a stinker every once in a while. Everyone is, but the defense behind him was awful, and it let him down for the entire year. And I would love to bring him back, though. He can't again. Oh no, that was off the end of the bat. But that's gonna be a double. Fourth extra base hit of the night for him.
Jesus,
but yeah, I wouldn't lose sleep if they over losing him. I think they're gonna sign multiple starters this winter. But I would like to bring him back if possible.
Yeah, I was the reason why I'm asking too is because I'm kind of interested in him from a Cubs perspective. Like, I would like the Cubs to potentially go and see if they can maybe buy low on him or something. I don't know what the market would be for him, but I feel like you said, like his peripherals are real good, and I think he's been unlucky too. Like his expected ERA is like right in line where it's been the last. Yeah, like I think something like 3.81, I want to say, or maybe it was like 3.6, I don't know. But his ERA like normally is like 3.8, 3.82, like somewhere in that range, and like with the same expected ERA numbers, and then it just like ballooned this year with the ERA. So I'm like, that's got to be unlucky because he's striking out more batters than ever,
and walking fewer,
like not walking as many guys either.
Jesus Christ!
So like when you see that, it's like, all right, he's made some improvements. What happened?
Oh my God!
Put it on ice.
I'm so far
Raffy.
That was a bomb.
Oh, Devers just hit one. I'm so behind.
He hit the deep center. Holy crap!
I want to put it on my phone.
It's probably we're on live TV, so that's probably why it's behind.
Yeah, probably.
Oh my God, dude.
But yeah, the teams that I think make a lot of sense for Erod this winter, I think the Cubs could make sense if they want. I don't think they could buy low on him. I think they'd have to, because I think Erod just wants to compete. I don't know if the Cubs are there in the next couple of years. They'd have to overpay, and I don't know if they'd want to go there and risk their rebuild doing that. I think the Cardinals make a lot of sense for him because they're the best defense in baseball. I think that team honestly probably makes the most sense. That's the team I'd probably peg him to go to. Maybe Milwaukee. But I think the Cardinals make a lot of sense.
Milwaukee
I think
probably doesn't even need him, though.
They may not. But
I feel like he'd be a solid fourth starter though for them.
The Cardinals, I could see making a move on him. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Hoyer said that they're going to be actively going after pitching this offseason, starting pitching. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing. And I don't see them paying for Robbie Ray. I don't see them paying for Gossman. I don't see them paying for the other big name. Stroman is a guy I would love to see them go after. Like, I could actually see maybe that one because there's been some noise behind it. But, like, yeah, I don't know. The other guys, like, out of the other options, it's like buy low spots. Like, I would like maybe like an Alex Cobb or something like that.
I think a perfect.
It's a little off the radar.
No, that's a good one. I think a perfect 1 year guy and then flip him at the deadline would be Noah Syndergaard. I think that'd be a perfect buy low opportunity. You overpay him for 1 year.
If he wants a 1 year deal, though. I agree. I actually really like. Yeah.
I feel like Thor too. I feel like coming off the injury, he might only be able to get like a 1 year deal.
That's probably about what it should be.
That's true. I just wonder if somebody's going to take a shot and like if they're going to give him 2 or 3 year deal, and maybe he takes it. But if he's not going to get the money that he wants, then maybe he does take a 1 year deal.
Yeah, it could. Yeah.
There are a lot of teams I could see Syndergaard going to on a 1 year stay. There's I think Boston makes a lot of sense. I think Seattle makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
The Mets, obviously, the Cubs. I mean, the 98-mile-an-hour sinker will play anywhere as long as you have a decent defense behind you. And I think the Red Sox will address the defense in the offseason, which is why I think they could be a player for him. The Yankees would make a lot of sense too, even though their defense isn't great. He's going to have a hot market, and I just wonder if the Mets are willing to overpay, maybe even give him a 3 or 4 year deal to try and keep him away from somewhere else.
If the Yankees can improve their shortstop position, they would be a lot better.
What do you think the odds are? Yankees, yeah. What Glaber? I mean, what are they going to do with him?
I think they're just going to they'll keep him at second, I think, and then bring somebody else in that's short. I mean, the dream would be Correa, but they might. I don't know if they would go out for him, but we'll see.
I think Seager.
Then you just have LeMahieu playing first a lot, or where does he fit in?
I'd probably put LeMahieu at third. I don't think Gio's going to be back.
I think Seager makes a lot of sense at short for the Yankees because he's a lefty. And that lineup, I mean, obviously they traded for Gallo and Rizzo, but they were so left-handed depleted for much of the year. I think he'd play really well in New York.
Yeah. I just don't like his defense.
He would.
His defense isn't great. It's an upgrade over Glaber, but if you're prioritizing defense while also not sacrificing anything on offense, Correa, really every team in baseball except for the Padres should be on Correa.
Target.
Yeah, obviously.
And Story, really.
Well, even the Padres though, because Tatis isn't going to stick at short. I don't think.
That's true. He could convert to the outfield, which is probably. I mean, he makes a ton of errors because he gets to so many balls.
Yeah,
but I think
he makes more routine errors though. He makes the incredible play and then he'll make a routine error.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot like Javi Baez, but to a worse extent, at short.
Yeah.
He'll make a crazy play and then it's what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
But I mean, Javi's obviously better shortstop or infielder than Tatis, but defensively. Yeah. But I mean, it makes sense though, longevity wise. It's the biggest reason why it makes sense for Chris Bryant to be more out in the outfield now because it's actually better for him, and he's actually talked about it. Just I'm sure a lot of other players feel this way when you're down on the balls of your feet all the time for grounders and stuff. It actually kind of takes a toll on you, back wise, everything, different muscles, in your body. It takes a toll on when you're in the outfield. You're just kind of standing around. You're camping out there a little bit. You got to make plays, obviously, too, but a little easier though to focus more on offense, I think, than if you're playing infield all the time.
I think it's kind of funny. We never thought it was always the thing with catchers, catcher transitions to first base at the end of his career because of his knees. And we never thought about that for other infielders, how being in that one position so much would have an impact on their body. And I guess that may be why a lot of infielders nowadays aren't in that position every single pitch, which may also be why there's such an increase in errors and stuff. But
could be, yeah. That's true though. We never really, until recently, I never really thought about the other positions transitioning away. You would think, a shortstop naturally transitions to a third baseman or third to first, something like that, but you wouldn't think infield to outfield, Yeah. You would think catcher to first, something like that. You're right, yeah.
That's where I feel like they should put Bogarts. I would like to try him at second first because I think his value as an infielder is huge. But if that doesn't work, I wouldn't be opposed to trying him out in the outfield. I think he's a good athlete. He's got a strong arm. His range isn't great, so maybe a corner outfield spot. But I think that's long-term where he could end up. And that's a good way to keep him from being a DH. Just put him in the outfield.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of Seager, though, he just turned a nice double play.
Seager. I want the – oh, man, I can't I can't just keep bringing the Cubs up. I want the Cubs
Yeah.
to actively go after him, though.
Yeah.
Like that's because like their rebuild. Okay, so here's the thing. I know they're in a rebuild, but all these trades that they just made, like all the guys that they've just brought back, there are guys that are knocking on the door, like Brennan Davis.
Mhm.
Like that dude he's going to be there next year. And the bullpen looks like, I mean, they just have so many pieces, guys that are coming up. They're very well positioned bullpen wise. Like even with these young guys, like that's one thing that they've done well with these pitching prospects is just create bullpen guys. But they just need starting pitching now. And like they have so much money off the books. They could realistically go out and get Chris Bryant again or go out and get anybody. Like they could get Correa. They could get anyone they want right now if they wanted to. They could get 2 or 3 guys, like decent names. And it's like, fuck, like I don't think this is going to be this is going to be closer to what the Red Sox did than it is what the Cubs did before, I think. This is going to be a faster turnaround rebuild if all things work the right way, I think.
Yeah, the Cubs all definitely, I think, as far as sellers go, had the best deadline. I mean, I think Madrigal, I'm not in love with him as an analytics guy because I don't like the fact that he's a singles hitter notoriously, but the dude doesn't strike out.
Yeah.
And if like I will only accept the whole like, oh, he hits 300 thing. If he's not striking out, if he's putting the ball in play a lot, I don't care how lucky he gets. And he's a great defender.
Oh, yeah.
And like Schwindel turned into like Mark McGuire after the deadline.
Yeah.
I like what the Cubs did. And like you said, the prospects are knocking on the door. Starting pitching's huge. It's just a matter of how many free agents look at them if they have competitive offers from contending teams and say, that's where I want to go because I can see the vision. I can see that they're a year or 2 away. Like Machado did with San Diego. He was like, they're close. I'll go and sign there, even though he had probably competitive offers from the Yankees and the Phillies.
I think it's going to come down to how, like, they're probably going to have to overspend a little bit compared to the rest.
Mm-hmm.
The guys that are like for sure they're a contender. They're probably going to have to overspend a little bit, but I think if it comes down to like a bidding war, I think the Cubs can win it. But I'm not saying I want them to. If it's like they're massively overspending, I don't want that either.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting to see this offseason. There's a lot of different ways that a lot of teams could go. Honestly, like I'm really interested to see what the Mariners do.
Oh
yeah.
Now with how well they play, and then you still have like you add in Kyle Lewis to this. You add in some of these guys that you were expecting to have, along for this ride too, and you played that well.
If they get one of Correa or Seager plus one of the starters, which is why I think Syndergaard there makes a lot of sense. Because remember, also their rotation wasn't the best this season. Gilbert's going to be a stud, but their rotation overall wasn't the best. Paxton was under contract. He had Tommy John surgery. Now, if he comes back midseason next year, he's playing at a high level. Then obviously, if you add Syndergaard too, that's a legitimate 1-2 option or 1-2 punch in the rotation. God, Hansel Robles was a godsend. I'll be right back. I didn't get my charger.
Yeah, I agree, though.
Yeah, I would really like to see the Mariners do something and contend with the Astros next year. That'd be nice to see.
Yeah, definitely. They were like the surprise team of the Giants.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it doesn't really surprise me as much as like what the Mariners. I mean, it does. Don't get me wrong, but like I didn't think the Mariners even were going to be close to anything this year.
No. Yeah, hopefully they can break their postseason drought next year because they've been like 20 years.
Your fucking Yankees had to ruin that.
Yeah.
Just kidding. They actually lost that last day, didn't they?
No, they had to win to get in.
Yeah, I mean, that the Mariners lost that.
No, the Mariners. Yeah, the Mariners got blown out that game, I think, or something.
So it wouldn't have mattered. It would have just been the Blue Jays tying you.
Yeah. I wish chaos would have happened though.
Well, you say that now only because the Yankees lost that game.
Well, no, I at the time I wish they would have had a 3-way tie for the second spot because then they would have had to dish it out for who gets the second spot.
Yeah, I think what would have happened, because ultimately the Red Sox won. If the Yankees ended up losing and they had to face Toronto, I feel like they would have been able to pull that one out. And then I think in the wild card game, they would have ended up going with Montgomery probably, and he feasted on the Red Sox this season.
Yeah.
So that could have been honestly winning that last game. And obviously, you don't want to lose a game on purpose, but if they lost that last game, it actually might have done them better.
I think the Blue Jays are still scary. I don't know if they would have beat them either, to be honest. Especially the bats with Nolan
That's
Cole.
true.
Those bats were on fire too to basically round out the season. Like
Yeah, and then they just shit the bed the last 2 series.
yeah.
Yeah, Gallo started heating up around that Mets series, and then he completely folded again.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on with their bullpen's terrible. The Jays bullpen is just
Oh, the Jays, yeah.
their bullpen was just they blew them a lot of games.
Yeah,
That's what they gotta attack. They gotta look for some bullpen help, I think, this offseason.
Hyunjin Ryu might be cooked as well. That didn't help things. Once the sticky substance crackdown happened, he was. I'm not saying he's a sticky stuff merchant. It's possible that was just a coincidence, but he was garbage after that.
Yeah, it's weird with him because he's more like a guy that like relies a lot on ground balls and stuff. So it's like, how did is it just too many innings now? Like he wasn't really a big high innings guy before.
No.
Up until like he had a lot of success, especially towards the end with the Dodgers, and that's what got him like a pretty good sized contract. But like I don't think he had a lot of miles on him really.
No, because he got hurt a lot when he was with the with the Dodgers. He missed like a couple of pretty much the entire season twice. I think if the Blue Jays want to trade him, and I think they very well could. I think the Cubs actually could make a lot of sense for him too. It's a decent spot to go.
It's a decent spot. I mean, I don't know. I don't really like his contract, to be honest.
I'm saying that on the contingent. Oh, never mind. He's a free agent after 2023. Never mind. Disregard that. I thought he was an expiring deal.
Is he after 2023?
He's after 20. I'm pretty sure. I'll check that for sure. I get confused sometimes because it says free agent 2024.
I actually thought it was even a little bit longer. I thought it was after 24 for some reason.
It might be after 24. I get confused.
I don't know.
I know it's after 23. So you get him for 2 years, but it's a $20 million salary.
I knew that was a mistake when the Jays signed him.
Yeah,
it's like a fly ball pitcher in the AL East. That's not going to work.
Yeah, and that was actually this year his fly ball rate was just above 33%. It's usually he really lowered it in 2019. It was down to 25%. Last year it was 28%, which is why his peripherals were much worse than his ERA. And then this year it was 33%, and he gave up a home run on 14% of those fly balls. So
yeah, that's what happened. Yeah,
it's like
but if you put him in the NL Central, he's got to face the lineup of the Pirates, which is not very good, and you get him against because the Brewers lineup isn't good. They're a great pitching staff. Like their team's full of elite pitchers, but they can't hit their way out of a paper bag.
I'm not really scared of the Cardinals lineup either. They got extremely hot down the stretch, but that lineup is, I don't know. I never really look at the Cardinals lineup as like something that's, even with Arenado, he didn't have that great of a year this year.
No, next year's the year for him where I start to judge his can he play away from Coors thing, because Goldschmidt did the same thing when he went over there from Arizona, and he's now back to being one of the best hitting first basemen in the league. So if he can get back to like that 130, 140 WRC plus level next year, which is possible, then
part of that I will give to. I'll put some of that on the ballpark too. Like the park they play in is more pitchers friendly, I think, than I mean, way more pitchers friendly than the places they were playing, like Coors and in Arizona. But I mean, like St. Louis, it's really more pitchers friendly. It doesn't get talked about as much, but it's not really that good of a place to hit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, yeah, their numbers, like Goldschmidt actually had a pretty good year though this year.
Yeah, he was great. Like I said, he's back to being one of the best hitting first basemen in baseball. After I think his WRC plus his first year there was like 117, so good, but way below what it was in Arizona. And then this year for Arenado was 113.
Not as good as Frank Schwindel's.
No, Schwindel. Like I said, Schwindel went to prime Mark McGwire in the second half of the season.
Yeah,
dude, I'm not even gonna say that I completely. He's gonna come down. Like there's no way he's keeping this up. There's absolutely no way.
Oh no.
But if they found something with Schwindel as like a cheap option, that's like let's say he hits 265 or 270. I actually think his contact skills are way better than his power skills. But let's say he hits, because like from everything they say, he fucking barrels everything up, even in batting practice. Like he's just like, they call him Frankie Barrels or whatever the fuck. Like if he hits 270 with like 25 home runs, I'll take that. Like for what he's getting paid, like.
Yeah, I'm looking at his minor league numbers right now, and it looks like his sweet spot for home runs is between like 12 and 16. Which I think is more than fair. If he can, more than acceptable if he's hitting a bunch of doubles too. I'm looking at his minor league numbers now.
Yeah, even 20 home runs with like a 275, maybe increase the batting average a little bit, 275, 280. Then maybe that's wishful thinking, but
I mean,
hitting over 300, like he can definitely hit for average. I think like he can. He's gonna come down, but. Man, it was so fun to watch. Dude had a hit like every night. Like it was like a multi-hit game. He had less games that he didn't have a hit than he did have a hit.
JD with another hit. Wow.
I would have just stayed at first, JD. It's 11-6. You don't need to hurt your ankle sprinting to second base, buddy.
Yeah.
He's 4 for. This is his best game he's had in months.
Martinez is nuts.
Oh, man, I'm so glad. Like, I was worried about him. A lot of people were saying he should opt out. I'm one of those people that wouldn't be, like, opposed to it. Why'd you even have him hit, though? It's 11-6.
Now he's getting taken out for a pinch runner.
Santana's running.
That's smart, though, at least.
Yeah.
Alex Cora he should get more credit, too. I think not that he doesn't get credit at all, but, you know, he's a very good manager, I think.
Yeah, I'm very knee-jerk a lot of the time. So, like, whenever the manager does something I don't agree with, and it's not like I'm like that stereotypical like Yankees fan where I'm like, oh, Chad Green sucks because he gave up a walk-off yesterday. Like, and I get mad if he goes in. It's like if I want a certain move, he doesn't go with it and it backfires, then I am like, oh, Cora needs to get canned and they need to hire a puppet. But yeah, I settle down after games. Cora is very good at his job, and it's a good thing the Red Sox brought him back. At the very least, he's a great players manager, and guys like Bogarts, Devers, and JD love him. So,
and that's the thing. A lot of it is like more of like a mental science, I think, than even a decision-making one. Like in game, there are some decisions that you better make the right decision in some of these circumstances. But like just getting the most out of your players just goes such a long way. Like throughout a season, I feel like. Yeah, and I feel like he's one of those guys, like you said, he's a player's manager, and he's going to get the most out of them because they genuinely fucking respect him and like him.
If the Red Sox want to play for Correa this winter, that might be their best like talking point is, we got Cora. You love Cora, don't you? You played for him for a few years. He's great.
Yeah, you cheated with him for a few years, you know?
Hey.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Apologize, I am dominating the conversation tonight. Trust me, if it were 11-6 Rays, I wouldn't have said a word for the last 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Looks like Walker's going to finish this game out. Just getting thrown to the fishes.
The Rays have punted. And the Red Sox are going to Whitlock in the 9th, which I thought was interesting. You're up 5. Why wouldn't you go to Barnes?
Yeah.
Do something to try and salvage him. Like you have him under contract for 2 more years. You're up 5. I mean, I know the bullpen resets because there's an off day tomorrow, and you could just really put the nail in the coffin. But he was an all-star this year, and I guess that may be what separates like guys like Cora from Boone. Is when Cora loses confidence in him, he's just like, you know what? Yeah, low leverage for the rest of the season. With Boone, it was like Chapman had that huge, like just meltdown of I think it was July, right after the substance crackdown, and Boone kept trotting him out there in the 9th inning, and now he's kind of stabilized, but ultimately not great.
I think with that though, he just wanted to just keep throwing them out there just because he knew he was gonna straighten it out eventually. Well, I mean, but I guess in big games though, you need to not. If you don't trust someone, you need to just stay away from them.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
I'm amazed. I'd be amazed if he didn't get fired.
It's like when in that the Field of Dreams game, I think that it was Green that gave up the home run, and he gave up a home run the day before too, or something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you should have stayed away from him.
Yeah, I think I'm surprised, and apparently a lot of people in the Yankees organization love Boone. I guess he's a Yankees legend for that one home run he hit off a knuckleballer, but I'm surprised he's not get fired. I think if the Yankees really want Correa, and I think similarly to why I think the Red Sox have a decent shot despite having a shortstop already, is Yankees fire Boone, give a good call to Carlos Beltran, make him the manager. You're telling me Correa wouldn't be incredibly attracted to New York with Carlos Beltran as his manager?
Yeah, I mean the Yankees did interview him for the job back when it was when Boone got it. So,
and he's a former Yankee.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he went back with the Mets.
Me neither.
Do you think they'll take him back?
Jesus Christ, dude! What the fuck was that?
Oh my God. Christian Vasquez still has 1 fewer RBI tonight, or 1 fewer hit than he has runs allowed because of that grand slam. I'm still pissed about that pitch location, so I still want his option declined.
Well, with the whole Beltran thing, I think they would take him back. I think everyone's like not necessarily over the whole cheating scandal, but like it's just like in the past now, so nobody really cares anymore.
Well, yeah, both. I guess the thing is too, like both of the other managers got jobs, or both the other coaches got jobs already with other,
after they took the year off on vacation.
Right. So I mean, yeah, pretty much. What's up with the other game going right now? I can't see it.
The Giants.
So.
It's still 2-0. I think.
2-0 Giants.
Yeah.
I'm pulling for the Giants, man. I'm pulling for the Giants.
It's freezing. What the hell?
I want to see Chris Bryant do well in this postseason.
Yeah. I think this is 1-5 for sure.
Yeah, probably. Gossman versus who started for the Dodgers today? Was it
Buehler?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I'd like to see the Giants win for sure, and then. But I want to see the Brewers go to the World Series. So, sorry, Joey.
I don't want to see that.
The Brewers in the World Series, like I'm not. Oh, that Barnes is warming up now. Cool.
Now that they got another run, yeah.
Yeah, true. 5 wasn't enough. 6 is apparently. I would love to see the Brewers in the World Series in the sense that I love Corbin Burns, I love Woodruff, I love Peralta, I love that pitching staff, but it'd be such a boring World Series. I want there to be a game in there that I know I can chalk up to being like at the minimum 8-7. Like I want a game that I know will be high scoring, and the Brewers' offense is terrible. I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna. I agree with you too, and I love their 3 pitchers. Like their 3 studs, or like you said, those guys are locked down. I mean, now you take out Devin Williams out of the equation, that hurts the bullpen though too. So I'm wondering if they even really have as strong of a staff. Those starters are going to have to go real deep, I think, unless you have Hader.
Oh, well, never mind.
just coming in the 8th inning too, like he was doing, like the fireman
Yeah.
stuff.
They actually had Peralta up today too, so they might have to put a starter out there for one of the games.
Ooh.
He didn't actually pitch, but he was in the bullpen.
Didn't Hauser pitch today too?
Oh yeah, it was Hauser. Yeah, that's who they went with. Yeah. So that's gonna really hurt them.
So is Peralta even starting then?
I don't
He
know.
was like on an innings limit too, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all of them didn't. I don't think any of them pitched 200 innings, did they?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Well, not many guys are nowadays, anyways.
Oh yeah, but they're gonna get worn out at some point.
They're just really young, man. Like they gotta get to that point. Like Peralta's dealt with some injuries too, I think. Like he had I mean, he really came out of, I wouldn't say came out of nowhere. Like he was, like I had him as like a fantasy sleeper. I wasn't expecting him to be that damn good. Like he really rose from the ashes. And Corbin Burns fucking turned into an ace. Like, what was that stretch he went on when he was like, he didn't walk anybody for?
He struck out like 58 straight or 58 guys before a walk this season.
That's insane.
Like that.
Oh yeah, wasn't that like the start of the year?
Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah, I know.
And a lot of Brewers fans that I followed as recently as 2019 wanted him either gone or in the bullpen after 2019. And this is why you have to be patient with young starters, which is why from a Red Sox standpoint, like I'm still on the fence about Tanner Houck as a starter long term, but the stuff's there and you got to trust that it'll pan out. And if it doesn't, then you have a damn good reliever. It's fine.
Yeah.
I actually think Tanner Houck's going to be really good in the rotation. I think you just got to get him more stretched out. And then, like, you know, obviously they had him more. They started him, but they also used him in the long relief role too. But I think he's going to be a decent starter. I really do.
If he gets that splitter to be, I don't want to say elite level because his fastball slider is nasty. If it's passable, he's going to be. I think he could earn some hardware in his career, not to the extent of a Cy Young, but like multiple All-Stars. Definitely some Cy Young consideration. That dude's got, like people say he's the righty Chris Sale. I think it's a little bit extreme, but he's pretty filthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Yankees, like with Jonathan Loaizaga, he started out as a starter, and now he's looking like a future closer. So.
Jonathan Lasagna.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he's got good stuff. I like that other guy you guys have too, Cortez.
Oh yeah, he was really good. Oh my god, I never expected him to be that good this year.
Me either.
Like he was in Scranton there for a while. I was watching him every game covering the games, and I mean he looked really good. Like at the beginning of the year, and like I knew at some point he was going to be called up, but I never thought he'd turn into like the second starter. I think it's all the mustache. That's what did it.
Got some milk in it and just thickened it up and helped him.
Yeah, Mario.
That's funny. Yeah, Nestor. Yeah, he's just got such a weird. Like he delivers the ball from so many different spots too. Like when his release point, like I was looking at it like a graph, and his release point changes not only with different pitches, but like with the same pitch, he just uses so many different release points. And I think his just funkiness just like throws guys off, honestly.
Oh yeah.
The way he changes like batter to batter and like just from pitch to pitch, honestly.
You have to almost prepare for every single arm slot with him, and that makes him so untouchable. Like I think him becoming a good pitcher was very weird, and I don't know if it's sustainable, but him being able to locate at every arm level, every arm angle, like it's impossible to know what's coming from him. Like stuff moves at so many different breaks, so many different spins, angles, everything. It's nuts. He's like an analytics darling if he's able to sustain that, because that arm slot variance is insane.
Yeah, I mean, how do you sustain that? Because I mean, it seems like he's done a pretty good job of it, but it's like there's so many guys that'll tell you otherwise when you're releasing from different points all the time. Like it's just bound to go south at some point. Like look at even the guys with like the most funkiest deliveries. A lot of them still release the ball at about the same spot, but they might change like a little bit. You can look at like Johnny Cueto. What happened?
That was the most crazy double play I've ever seen.
Oh, you're not watching the Sox game anymore?
No.
No.
I mean, 12-6 is a bit of a nail in the coffin.
Yeah, kind of. I'm charging my phone though too. I can't. It's just not fast enough over here while I'm on here.
Brandon Crawford fielded it and then flipped it behind his back. Or no, Tommy Listell actually fielded it and he flipped it behind his back to Crawford.
Jeez.
Like out of the glove.
Wow, that's insane. That was Listella, you said that did that?
Yeah. It was like a play right up the middle. He was actually like fielding it right in front of Crawford, basically. Like he went over to the shortstop side.
Jeez, he's not even known for his glove. It's crazy.
Like holy shit! I gotta watch that on replay all night.
Yeah, I'm rooting for him too. He's former Cub. Got to root for him.
Yeah, I've always liked him.
I honestly think that like I know people thought that Angels season where he hit for a ton of power was kind of like a fluke, but I always thought he could hit like 300 in a season one year or like challenge for a batting title if he actually had like consistent playing time. I mean, nobody ever gave him that consistent playing time. And like now, like this year, I think he was dealing with injuries and stuff, but like he's always been a solid contact guy, like hitter, line drive hitter. Just never really got the opportunity. Like Joe Madden didn't want to fucking play him.
No.
Kike Hernandez got his 5th hit of the night, 2-run single. It's 14-6.
Jesus.
Who do they have throwing right now?
Waka.
They just basically threw him out there to die.
They just lifted him too. I don't know who's going in, but yeah, Waka's career might have just ended tonight. And he was my X factor for the Rays because I thought he'd be crucial out of the pen in multiple innings, and was he very much not the case tonight? He gave up 5.
Yeah. Oh boy. Who was I thinking of? Chris Archer, did he make the roster?
Wasn't he hurt?
I think
was he hurt?
Maybe
yeah,
not.
I think he was out for the year.
Oh geez. I did not even realize that.
He didn't pitch that much this year, I don't think.
No, I know that. Yeah, he didn't pitch much at all. I know he was dealing with injuries too, but I don't know what's he dealing with now.
I don't know. I thought he was hurt.
Remember, it's still crazy that the Rays got him back after that debacle of a trade by the Pirates.
Right, they won the trade 2 times over.
Yeah,
it's insane.
This is honestly the best result of the series for me because I don't want either team to win. So if they just go at it for the whole 5 games, that'll be good. That'll be fine.
Yeah. Who do you guys think wins the whole thing?
The whole thing
Astros.
is in the World Series.
Astros?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I actually picked the Brewers in my initial prediction. I think pitching always wins,
That's fair.
and they have the best staff. So.
They do. I actually, call me crazy. I thought, and I know it's only 1 game, and they only lost by 1 run. I actually thought the Braves would have a chance to knock them off just based on how they've actually been pitching to finish the season. Like Charlie Morton, he was actually pitching really well. I know they lost today, but only gave up 2 runs. It was that stupid 2-run homer to
Rowdy.
Shouldn't have been in there anymore. He barely got through the 6th, and then he hit Garcia. He should have been done.
He definitely.
He had 9 strikeouts. I don't understand what. Yeah, I know. If you're at that point, though, you got to take him out.
I knew that was. I knew they were gonna match zeros though. Like Morton has been so good this year, and he's always good in the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew it was gonna be close that game. And
And like
I
Max Fried's been good too, though. That's what I'm thinking.
I said in the preview article that if they can steal one of the first games, they can definitely win the series. Win the first 2 games.
It's gonna be tough now.
Yeah. If they won this one, I'd be more confident than winning. But
anyway, I gotta run, guys. I'll see you guys in the chat and stuff, or on Twitter and everything. But I appreciate you asking me to join.
yeah.
Later, Jordan. Yeah, we'll talk, man, soon.
Yeah, later.
See you.
Yeah. I don't even know what's going on with these games, but
Oh, you don't have it on or not?
I can't watch them right now.
Oh.
If I take this out in the other room, I could watch it on TV, but my phone was about to die, so I charged it.
I mean, the Red Sox game is pretty much over now.
Yeah. Once it got to like, I think it was 10-6 or 9-6, I pretty much thought it was over.
Yeah.
Even though it's playoff baseball, so you never really know. But
yeah, that's true. But now it's 14-6, so it's definitely over.
Yeah, that's done. It's done. So you think? Who do you think faces the Brewers?
I had the Astros.
Astros.
Yeah, the Astros are gonna roll over everybody.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not roll over the Rays or Red Sox, but they'll still win the series.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, they're looking pretty good against the White Sox right now, so I don't know.
I didn't think the White Sox would put up much of a fight either. Like, I had them winning. I had the White Sox winning 1 game, but I think they're gonna sweep now.
They're gonna sweep.
Yeah, they just look so outmatched.
They've got Luis Garcia, I think, pitching this next game.
Yeah.
The Astros do, I think. He's been really good, mostly.
Who the White Sox throwing out there?
I don't think they even announced it yet, but I'm assuming it's probably Dylan Cease.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
It's either him or Rodon, but I don't know what the Rodon's been like dealing with dead arm and like barely been able to make it through 4 innings. Like, I don't know if he's gonna pitch or not. I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, obviously that'd be probably the best option if he can do it, would be Rodon. Cease has been really pretty good mostly too. Against the Astros, I think he's been actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So that might not be a bad option. I mean, I honestly don't know why they pitched Lance Lynn in that first game.
I have no idea.
Not that Giolito pitched much better, but it's just like.
Well, I think Giolito was pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean, he still walked like 5 guys today, though, I think.
Oh yeah, true.
And he didn't really have it either. But I mean, like when you throw out a guy that throws 92% fastballs, cutters, and sinkers versus like, I don't know if they're the number one, but they're up there as like fastball, those type of pitches hitting team.
Yeah.
Like, and then he threw like 74 of his 76 pitches were fastballs, cutters, and sinkers.
I know. You can't do that. Oh, God.
You're gonna get fucking nailed. Like,
Chris Bryant with a base hit, 2 for 2.
Let's go. Love to see it. Who's doing that at the bottom? Is that you?
Yeah. It's like the ticker thing. But
that's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, I like the StreamYard thing. Pretty cool.
Oh, that's a StreamYard feature? I should have known that.
Yeah.
Yeah, StreamYard's cool, man. Lets you do a lot. You can add in your own little backgrounds too.
Yeah. I don't know if it. I tried to do it before. It wouldn't work though. Like the background would go in. You have to have like a clear wall behind you or something.
Oh, I gotcha. In order to get the background up, or
yeah, you have to have not actually like a green screen, but at least something that's just a blank wall, I think, or something.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
Because I tried it, and it was just all over the place.
Yeah. Oh, man. So Correa is your number one target for the Yankees?
Oh yeah, and I want them to bring Rizzo back.
I don't want that. No, it makes so much sense for you guys.
Yeah, you can't. He was one of the more productive hitters in the lineup. The second half after they got him.
Yeah.
He's
Joey Gallo really kind of struggled with you guys.
Yeah, he had his stretches of where he would be on fire, but then other times he just wasn't good.
What were his numbers like overall with you guys? I don't even know.
Well, I know he was under 200. He batted under 200, and
yeah.
I think he had an 838 OPS or something. So it's not bad, but
no, you'll take that.
But I mean, that's what you're gonna take. You're gonna take the power numbers over along with the strikeouts.
That's what sucks though, when you have so many of those guys in the lineup. That was my biggest issue with the Cubs, and that was really their downfall. Is they had so many guys that would hit bombs or strike out all the time.
Yeah,
and it's that's kind of like Joey Gallo. He'll walk a lot though too, but
yeah. But the thing is though, one of his strong suits is his defense, and the back end of the year, his defense wasn't good either because he was making a bunch of errors out in the field.
Really?
Yeah, the one game he had to drop pop up right to him. I was like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Yeah. Yeah, that's not good.
That was one game where the Yankees had 3 drop pop ups in the same inning or something like that.
How the fuck does that happen? Was there a light issue or something?
I don't know. Well, the Red Sox had one too. That was the one where the Stanton grand slam came.
Yeah, that was a wild game. Was that game?
What?
That was a pretty wild game.
Yeah, I know. Johnny was at that game, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool. He had really good seats too, didn't he?
Yeah, right behind the Red Sox dugout, I think. Well,
Yeah,
he said he's going there for Game 3, I think, or something. Game 3 or 4.
Oh, damn.
Because his one buddy's buying him the tickets.
Wow, that's cool. That's Game 3 for them. Will be Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Joey Gallo. He's actually his numbers were under. It was 199 batting average, but he had a 351 on base percentage and at 808 OPS, 122 OPS plus. So
sounds like Gallo. That's pretty good. Pretty solid. But it's that's the thing though. When you have so many guys that are kind of similar in the lineup, I think you just need to differentiate yourself a little bit more. Like LeMahieu wasn't himself this year.
yeah.
And that would be the guy that would really differentiate it with the contact and the batting average.
I'm hoping it's because of injuries or he dealt with injuries all year, so I'm hoping that's what it was, that he comes back next year and bounces back, because they need a guy like that to just gets on base, and he has good defense. So
and keeps the chain moving. You need some 2-out RBI singles sometimes, Like, I don't know. That was my biggest. That's why it was like really apparent, like what the Cubs did at the deadline, like trying to get like all these contact guys, like Madrigal, and like now you have him, like Pete Crow Armstrong could potentially be like another type of dude like that, like who, I mean, he's down the road, he's not going to be there anytime soon, but then they have like the Matt Duffys of the world, not in like really good contact hitter, like not going to give you much power or anything, but like I like the differentiation now, and then you could add in like you get some power from hopefully make a signing or two.
Yeah.
And then you add in like Contreras and Ian Happ who will hit bombs, like Patrick Wisdom, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Like you got those guys, so it's like just finding the balance. I think not just with the Cubs, but like with all these teams. Like I think that's just the route to go, because like so many teams I feel like are following the same philosophy of like on base and home runs, and like, but they don't have any like line movers like in the lineup. Just keep the line moving.
No.
And then set up those home run hitters. And it's like look at the Astros, how successful they've been for so long. Like those guys keep the line moving. Like Altuve, Correa, Bregman, like all these guys, like they make a lot of contact. I mean, they're just great hitters, but like who also just happen to have power too. But
yeah, that's why I don't understand like why they ever felt the need to even cheat in the begin with. Like they could have won the World Series without doing that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Honestly, I feel like they might have won the World Series that year anyway. I mean, I think the Yankees, I think, might have had a better chance to win that series though, but
we'll never know.
Never gonna know. Yeah,
we'll never know. I mean, that's the thing. Like, the talent's always been there. Like, like these guys, they really could have won a World Series without it. They probably will win another World Series maybe without it. I don't know. It's wild. Like I'm surprised. I'm actually really surprised that they've been able to be this good still, like losing the pitching that they lost. Like losing Verlander and Garrett Cole, and then coming back and then replacing them with like Framber Valdez and Luis Garcia, and McCullers gets healthy. It's like they're just right back to where they were.
Yeah. Well, McCullers pitched like first game. He was good. He was pretty good in that first game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, yeah, McCullers was on. Not a good matchup for the Sox with him or Valdez, because they're just extreme ground ball pitchers, and the Sox are like one of the highest ground ball rates as a team. Like,
yeah, well, the Sox got on Valdez today, but they couldn't get more than one run in the first inning. That was what did them in. They've got they got the guys on base, but they just couldn't get any more. If they got more in that first inning, I think they would have won the game. Maybe
it shifts the whole momentum, and then you're not, yeah. Well, they ended up getting 4, right? Yeah, Sox.
It was tied at 4, and before the Astros just piled on.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to see. Now they go back home, so at least they'll get some home cooking there. If they can get one, get that first one, maybe they get another one and send it back to Houston. You never know, but I don't know. It's not looking good right now for them, because any way you slice it, it's like then you'll have Lance Lynn pitching that Game 5 against them. It's like,
yeah.
I mean, I like Lance Lynn a lot. Don't get me wrong. Like, I know he's a really good pitcher. He was like in the Cy Young running earlier in the for the first half of the season for sure. He was like up there maybe the front runner, right? Like first half of the season, and then obviously didn't pitch as well in the second half, but I don't know. It's just not a good matchup. Like the way he's been pitching down the stretch, and then against them, and then the way they hit him in the first time they faced him this postseason, like that's I don't know. What do? You pitch Kopech?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, unless they go with Crochet, because he's actually a starter, isn't he?
Yeah, he was drafted as a starter.
But
he was drafted as a starter. They've been using him as in the bullpen, but you could maybe. I don't know. It'd be a little weird to probably do that over to win though at this point. Like,
yeah.
I think if you're gonna do it, you're probably gonna do it with Kopech because he has started games this year and just not much.
Yeah.
But
yeah, they have to cross the bridge when they get to it, though.
Right? Yeah, you got to win. Right, you got to win these two and then find out.
Yeah. That would be crazy though if they come back.
That would be. I'm for it. I've got futures tickets on the White Sox, so I want them to win. Because I put some money on them preseason, and I'm hoping it pays off. But now I'm just crossing my fingers.
Yeah, my Phillies didn't work out. I've had them winning the NL East, and then it looked good for a while, but then they couldn't win games late in the year.
Yeah,
their offense is just terrible. Besides Harper.
Yeah, man. Do you think he wins the MVP?
I don't know. It's going to be close between him and Soto. I think Harper might get it. I don't know.
I think Soto went nuts, but I think Harper probably should get it.
Yeah. He has Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I think he has the better underlying numbers than Soto does. Soto had the crazy stretch, but Harper was good the whole year. He was just on a roll the whole year.
What's crazy to me though, if you look at Soto's walk to strikeout numbers, fucking wild. I don't know how he did it.
I don't know, Babe Ruth.
That's
or Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds. It honestly feels like that.
It's gonna be interesting though. Me and Johnny talked about it, how it's two non-playoff teams, the players from two non-playoff teams that are going for the MVP.
You don't see that.
Yeah.
You don't see that. It's not Tatis, and he's not a playoff contender either.
No.
Or he didn't make the playoffs.
Same thing in the AL too.
AL, yeah. Yeah, that's true. It would be Shohei. Or
Vlad.
I would give it to Shohei.
Yeah, you got to give it to him. Oh, speaking of that, did you see the Verdugo? What he said today? Wants to try to pitch next year.
He was actually a really good college pitcher, supposedly.
I saw that the last time he pitched was high school though.
Oh, was it high school?
Yeah.
Maybe it was high school. His numbers, maybe it was high school I'm thinking of. His numbers, though, I actually looked at him. Hey, he was fucking good. And supposedly he throws 90s.
Oh, wow.
He's got, we've seen it in the outfield, his arm, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said he could throw 97. So
I believe it.
I'd be interested to see what he can do.
That'd be crazy. Do you think they'll do it as a two-way guy, or do you think he'll be all right, here's an inning once? If he was even a reliever though, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I think it would be more of as a reliever, an inning, come out of the outfield. Go to the mound from the outfield and pitch one inning, then go back out to the outfield or something.
Dude, that'd be wild. I'm here for it. I want to see that.
But Cora just he like said we're not going to do that or something. But then Verdugo still said like I'm still going to try.
He said I'm going to try.
Yeah.
What does that even mean, though?
He's just going to defy his manager, I guess.
They're not going to let him. How the fuck are you going to try?
I don't know.
That's funny. I actually, you know how I actually earlier in the year, maybe it was like May or something, June, Verdugo was on that I forget whose podcast. Oh, Chris Rose, the Chris Rose rotation.
Yeah.
He was on his podcast and he was talking about pitching with Chris Rose, and yeah, he was saying like I'd love to pitch in a major league game, like I really want to pitch, be a two-way guy, and he believes that he would actually be a better big leaguer as a pitcher.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know. That's what he thinks.
That'd be interesting to see that.
Yeah, I don't know how true it is. I mean, obviously they was drafted as a hitter, and like, you know, they want him to be, and he turned out to be a fantastic hitter and like,
yeah,
a good outfielder. So it's like, why would you mess with it? But at the same time, like, we need more entertainment.
Yeah. If it works out and he ends up being a two-way player, does that mean the Red Sox won the trade?
Maybe.
Because I don't think I see Mookie out there pitching.
Mookie's not pitching. He might play second every once in a while. He's not pitching. I honestly think they did pretty decent on the trade.
Oh, yeah.
Because they got – we'll see what happens with Jeter Downs. I don't know what's happening with him.
I saw him a lot. Like, I saw him when he played the Riders. He didn't look that good to me.
Really?
But maybe he'll figure it out.
I honestly was hearing bad reports, though, too, so I don't know. But so they got Verdugo, they got Downs. I'm trying to think of who else was in that trade.
I can't remember.
Those were in the Mookie trade, though, those two, right?
Yeah.
And then
yeah, I don't know.
The Dodgers got the reliever from the Twins.
Yeah, Gratterall.
Was that in the same trade? Yeah.
No, it wasn't the same trade. It was a separate trade. It was supposed to be in the same trade, but then the whole
That's right.
The whole stupid thing with the Red Sox
physical or something
was they didn't like his physical or whatever. Like,
yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Like, it was something to do with they didn't think he was going to work out, or they didn't think he would be a good starter, which he wasn't supposed to be anyway. So it was like stupid, like
right,
because he's only supposed to be a reliever anyway. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Let me see.
Holy shit, dude.
What?
I don't know. I'm looking at NFL stats now. The Bears have the worst adjusted sack rate for offensive lines. Like, not even close.
So let's see. The other guy was Connor Wong, the catcher.
Connor Wong?
Yeah.
Has he even made the majors? No, not yet. Has he?
I thought he was actually on the Red Sox. I think he was actually on the Red Sox wild card roster as the third catcher.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah, I believe.
He just wasn't playing that much, though.
No, he was just the backup catcher or the third string catcher.
That's interesting. Was he like a big? He wasn't a big prospect, but
he's not one of the top ones, but I think he might have been still on the. I think he was still on the top 30 prospect list. Let me just see. Red Sox.
I mean, with the Dodgers, like they had no room for him though.
Oh no.
Because because and then they just traded Ruiz.
Yeah.
Kyber. I wonder, he's probably going to start with the Nationals
Oh yeah, I'd imagine.
this next year.
Yeah, he's actually 26th, the 26th ranked prospect for the Red Sox. But there's two other catchers ahead of him, so it's kind of weird.
Two other catchers. Who's ahead of him?
Nathan Hickey, but his ETA is 2024, and then Ronaldo Hernandez, and he's supposed to be up next year because he was.
I've heard that name. Yeah,
he was in AAA this year.
Did you get a chance to see him?
No, I think he. Well, yeah, I think he did. He start? Yeah, I think he was a starter for the Worcester Red Sox. Woo Sox.
Mm-hmm. The Woo Sox. That's funny. Who was like one guy you were most impressed with, like from the Rail Riders?
From the Rail Riders?
Yeah, like who's like that guy? Like,
well,
but maybe you weren't expecting to be impressed by,
no.
but you were like, damn, like, or just maybe most impressive, I guess, whatever.
Well, one guy that comes to mind is Waldo Cabrera. That he was on the Rail Riders to close out the season. He was like on a tear. He went like, what was it? It was 4 or 5 home runs in the last like 4 games or something like that. 4 or 5 games. But
that'll play.
But then also Luis Heel, when he was there, he was really good. The one thing he just has to work on is his control.
Who'd you say, Luis?
Luis Heel.
Luis Heel?
Yeah, the guy he was up with the Yankees a couple times.
Okay. How did he do in those appearances with the Yankees?
Well, the first 2 were actually like really impressive. He didn't walk anybody or give up any runs. So, but then the one he was like walking a bunch of guys, and then that's when they sent him back down.
Probably just had, like you said, control to still work on.
Yeah.
Your command. Yeah. Are you going to be doing it next year too?
Yeah, I think so. As long as it all works out, yeah. Or if I'm not end up somewhere else, like getting another job somewhere.
Right. That's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Get to see all these minor leaguers and stuff and do interviews and all that.
I just hope next year they have it where you can go back into the clubhouse.
Oh, yeah.
It was all over. It was all on Zoom, but then like towards the end of the year, we still got a chance to go on the field, like, and interview players before the game or after the game.
Oh, that's cool. Why did they change towards the end?
Just I guess like some of the restrictions kind of loosened a little bit.
That makes sense.
Because they didn't even make us wear masks at all at the end.
That's cool. That's weird, but
yeah,
because like everywhere, like even here, they just like reinforced them again.
Oh, what was it called? When James Paxton had his rehab, like I got to interview him. Like he after he came out of the game, he just went outside the stadium and I interviewed him out there.
Nice. Was he pretty cool?
Yeah, he was chill. He just kind of having a conversation, pretty much. Like,
yeah.
Like he gave us a lot of information just about like his injury and everything and how he's feeling and all that.
Well, that's good.
I hope like it sucked the way his season ended because then he got injured again and that when he came back.
Yeah.
So hopefully he can stay healthy next year.
Yeah. He'll be with the Mariners again, right?
Not James Paxton. What the hell am I saying? Jamison Tyone. They're both
Oh,
they're both Jamesons. So
yeah. You said Paxton, so I'm like,
yeah, because
I thought maybe he was like pitching for their affiliate.
that would make
There.
sense.
That's why I was thinking. That's why I was thinking you weren't making a mistake because I thought he was pitching against them or something. Tyone, man, if he could ever stay healthy, I think he'll be good.
Oh yeah,
He's shown it. Like he's got these flashes too. He was actually pretty solid for the Yankees. Like mostly. I mean, not all the time, but
he was good.
If you had to choose, who would you pick, him or Montgomery?
I'd say Montgomery right now.
Yeah.
Montgomery was just insane this year.
He had a really good year. But like moving forward, like who do you think? I guess you'd probably still say Montgomery.
Yeah, I'd still say Montgomery. Yeah.
Younger, no injuries really. I don't think.
No.
How old is he, Montgomery?
I want to say probably 25, 26. So
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Tyone's got to be pushing 28 or something.
Yeah, I think so. Let me see. Dodgers got on base.
They got on base. It's a celebration.
Yeah, they haven't gotten on base since the first, or they haven't got a guy in scoring position since the first inning.
What is it? Still 2-0?
Yeah. So let's see.
What
Yeah.
are they in?
Sorry, I was wrong. Montgomery's 28.
Oh, damn.
And
You think I would know that because I have him on a dynasty team. So you think I would know that?
And Tyone's 29, so they're pretty much the same age.
It is.
But,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tough because I feel like Tyone, I think he would be better than him if he stayed healthy. Like he'd be the better option.
That's what I think. But at the same time, it's like consistency matters. Like staying healthy says something, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah. It's hard to make like a big investment on Tyone. What, he's still under contract for, is it one more year? How many years?
I think it's one, maybe two. Let me check. Contract.
And then Montgomery, though, he's got like the arbitration stuff and all that.
Yeah.
Like, he's under control, right?
Yeah.
I just hope fucking Severino stays healthy, man.
Yeah, me too.
Like that dude was so nasty. Like
Tyone actually has his arbitration coming up this year.
Oh, okay.
And then he's an unrestricted free agent in 23.
Okay. So he's got one more year pretty much for sure.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, man, I'm probably gonna hop off. I've had a bad headache all day. I don't know why, but I'm gonna watch the rest of this game. What are they in the fifth?
Sixth,
yeah.
Yeah. It's good. It's going by pretty fast. I mean, it started at 9:30. I don't know what I'm saying.
What time? Well, yeah, I guess.
I guess us being on here makes it go by fast.
Well, I haven't seen a second of it, so it's gone by real fast to me. Yeah. See if you can put somebody else on here or something.
What?
See if you can put somebody else on here, maybe go live with you.
I don't know. I feel like just watching the rest of the game without doing this.
Yeah. What do you got it on? YouTube?
It's on the Twitch and YouTube.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I would have tweeted it out. I was like looking for it at first to put it out there, but didn't see it. What are you drinking tonight? Adios.
Is it Bud Light?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Keeping it simple.
Oh yeah. Got a big college game tomorrow, Penn State and Iowa.
Oh, baby, we're fighting tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know I'm a Hawkeyes fan, right?
Oh yeah, I knew that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you knew.
Well, I know you like. Don't you like Notre Dame too?
Yeah, I'm weird. I like Iowa, and they're my number one, and I like Notre Dame, but I've liked them since I was a kid, and then I like Wisconsin too. So
what happens if Wisconsin plays Iowa?
shit, what just happened with Wisconsin and Notre Dame, basically.
Yeah,
Where I didn't really care who won that game, but I'm like I have basically have them ranked. Like it's like Iowa 1, Notre Dame 2, Wisconsin 3.
Mm.
So like Iowa would trump them all. But that game like last week or 2 weeks ago, I think it was, with Wisconsin Notre Dame, I didn't really care who won, but I knew it affected Notre Dame more if they lost because Wisconsin had no chance at the national title or anything. So, like, I was kind of still wanting Notre Dame to win. So, I was okay with it. But then now it's like they're fucking trash. So,
yeah,
like they're not going anywhere either. I'm still alive with an undefeated team, I guess. But yeah, this is gonna be a close. This is gonna be a tough.
Yeah, they're both defenses are so good. It's gonna you have to hit the under. You can't.
Oh yeah.
There's no way they're gonna go over.
That's probably the best bet of the day. Yeah, or of that game, anyways.
Of the week.
Maybe it's such a low total though. That's what scares me. But like, I don't see either team putting up more than 23 points.
What? Wait, what is the over under?
I want to say it was like 41 or something.
Oh yeah,
40 and a half.
I don't think they're hitting that.
I don't think they're hitting it, but it's like a key number. Like 42 is a key number. So like anything under 42 is like most bettors will say bet the over. But I look at it like they're probably still not hitting over 40.
Yeah.
So I would still like, I don't know. Like no one's scoring more than 23 points in that game.
Yeah.
Unless the defense like just creates so many turnovers that it's like short fields all day. That's what's scary.
That's possible, yeah.
That's when your under bets get just destroyed from the defenses being too good.
Yeah, you got a pick 6 or something like.
Yep, that's what in Iowa like. Their turnover margin is best in the country right now. Like, and I think points off of turnovers might be best in the country too. So it's like, I don't see Clifford making like that many mistakes, but I don't know. It's like it's gonna be tough.
He can't be susceptible to interceptions too at times.
Yeah.
He gets too cute sometimes, I think.
I mean, like last week when they played Maryland, like Maryland's not that good, but like all the sharp bettors, like all of like the national media and stuff, they were all picking Maryland against the spread, like plus 3.5.
Yeah.
And they fucking got destroyed. And Talia, I forget how to say his first name, but Tagovailoa, his fucking last name sucks too. Can't say that either. he had 0 turnover worthy plays.
Mm-hmm.
Coming into that game, and I think he had like 5 interceptions.
Yeah, he was terrible that game.
It's like, but a lot of that is because like their defense is just that fucking good. Like,
Yeah.
And I mean, he was bad too, but
yeah, I had him in. I thought he was going to be a Heisman candidate, but then he had a terrible game, and I don't think he's that good now.
he's not even close to Canada.
No.
B. John Robinson.
He's a stud. Yeah, I think it's going to come down between him and Bryce Young.
Maybe I actually think Matt Corral will wind up. I think Matt Corral probably wins it.
Yeah, I think he'll probably have a good chance. Because I mean, last week wasn't even bad for it wasn't because of him that they lost.
No, absolutely not. Like Bama's so good. Like, and that's what makes Bryce Young, I think, look even better than what he really is. Like, I mean, he's probably the front runner for Heisman. He definitely is the odds-on favorite right now. But I don't know. Like, if I was like betting, I wouldn't bet his odds right now. You know?
No, I actually have. I think I sent that in the chat, but I put money on Corral.
Yeah, I did it after you did.
Like the first game I saw him play, I was like, Jesus, this guy's winning the Heisman.
Dude, he's tough too. Like I saw him running in that first game, and I'm like, he didn't want to go down. Like he was like trying to plow over dudes. I'm like, yeah, you could probably get yourself hurt that way since you're a quarterback and you don't want to do that. But I'm like, this dude's tough. Matt Corral season.
Who do they play this week? Ole Miss.
They play Arkansas.
Ooh, that's another tough one. Yeah. Although Arkansas isn't that good either. They're overrated.
I think they were a little bit overrated too. I've got Ole Miss covering the spread too.
Yeah, I think they will. Is that a noon game or is that a night game?
No, it's not a night game. I think it might be a noon game. Not sure. It's probably a noon game. I think.
I hope it's a noon game since the Penn State's at 4.
Yeah, I think it's before.
Then I'd be able to watch that and then put the Penn State game on.
Yeah. They got the Red River rivalry tomorrow. Who do you think's winning that?
I don't know.
I kind of feel like I don't know who's gonna win, but I like Texas in the game. Just to cover.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think Texas is gonna. I don't know. It's gonna be close, but I feel like I don't know. I shit on Texas a couple weeks ago. I was like, Texas isn't back, and then it came back to bite me. And I was like, I'm on the Texas bandwagon now. There was one of my betting articles. I was like, Texas is definitely not back. They're getting smacked, and then they ended up winning. I was like, well, I might as well just eat that one.
I mean, yeah, it's like and Oklahoma doesn't look that great though either. That's part of it, I think.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler's been shitting the bed lately.
I mean, they're calling for that. Was it Williams, like that, the recruit to come in to replace him?
Yeah.
And supposedly he's like a higher star recruit than Rattler was, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
So, like, maybe he will be better than Rattler. I don't know.
Could be.
Yeah, there's some good games, though, tomorrow. Like, you got those games, and then you have, what's some of the other games? Michigan could actually get beat by Nebraska. I don't know.
Yeah, Nebraska's actually looking pretty good.
Their defense is pretty solid.
Like their losses have been close.
Yep. Georgia, who do they play next week? I forgot now.
I think it's A&M, I think. Or no.
Oh, no, they're playing Auburn.
Oh, yeah, that's Alabama plays A&M. Yeah.
Yeah, Alabama. Yeah, they're both covering.
Oh yeah,
Maybe Georgia won't, just because it'll be too much defense and not enough offense if Stetson Bennett's starting. But I think they still probably do.
yeah.
I don't know. Somehow we got into football.
I don't know. It's just yeah. Well, it's the weekend.
Right.
I mean, what was I gonna say? I mean, it kind of sucks though that Auburn doesn't look that good because now the Penn State win doesn't look good either. Like,
Yeah. I mean they did pull it out last week though.
oh, that's true. Yeah.
They beat LSU in Baton Rouge. That's a tough game. So, I mean, I'd still look at it like it's a good win because they face like high quality opponents. So it's like,
Yeah.
if they finish with like, let's say they finish with like 8 wins, I think it's still like you can look at that as like a quality win.
Yeah. Well, I guess especially the Wisconsin one that doesn't look that good. That's not
no, it looks fucking. It actually might go against them.
Yeah, that game was such a like they were so terrible on offense that game.
Oh, jeez, and it's like a 16-10 finish. Like, yeah, it might actually go against. I don't know. That's the thing, though. Like, people will dock Cincinnati too, because Cincinnati, I think they beat Indiana week 1.
Yeah,
I think, and like Indiana, people had higher expectations for them, and they suck.
wasn't it? Didn't Iowa play Indiana?
Maybe it was Iowa week 1. Who did Cincinnati beat? Yeah, I thought it was Indiana too. Didn't they play them too?
I don't know. Did they forget?
Maybe it wasn't week 1. I think it was the second game. Where's my phone? You'll probably find it before I do.
I don't know. My computer's frozen. So.
Oh. Cincinnati. Let's see. They beat. They didn't play. Yeah, they did play Indiana. Yeah, that was my lock that week. That was my lock of the week, and it looked terrible. Like the first half, they looked bad. Like Desmond Ridder was like that offensive line was getting brutalized.
Yeah.
And then somehow the second half was a completely different story. But then they beat Notre Dame, which was a huge win. Holy fuck! Which that's gonna look terrible too now that Notre Dame won.
Desmond Ridder went off that game though.
Against Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Cincinnati win tonight because I know they played.
They you ready for this one?
Yeah.
So I took Temple. It was plus 29 or 29.5 or something. I think I got them at.
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe it was a letdown spot after like the biggest win in maybe their like existence, Cincinnati's.
Yeah.
Cincinnati won 52-3.
Oh shit! Wow.
Yeah, never had a chance.
What did Ridder do?
Oh, let's look. 22 of 30, 259 yards, 3 scores, no interceptions.
Wow.
Holy shit. Jerome Ford, 15 catches, 149 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Jesus Christ.
Ethan Wright had 5 for 76 and a touchdown. Wait, this doesn't even make sense. Oh, wait. Not catches. That was 15 carries, Jerome Ford. I don't know why I said catches.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, I was like, isn't he a running back?
Yeah. I don't know why I thought. Because I was just reading it, and it was CAR for carries, but for some reason, I was catches. No, yeah, he had a monster day on the ground. But They had 3 running backs like run for at least 39 rushing yards.
Oh my!
So they just like beat them to the death on the ground. 279 yards on the ground.
Well, I'm guessing they didn't have their starters in the whole game.
Probably not. Well, yeah, they definitely didn't. Alec Pierce, 6 catches, 93 yards, and a touchdown. Wow, Temple is terrible.
Yeah.
I thought, man, that's why sometimes the letdown narrative is just not like certain teams. Like Alabama's looking to run it up on everybody right now.
Yeah.
Same thing for Ohio State because they have a loss now. They're looking to run it up on everybody because they got to win with style points.
Yeah.
So it's fucking Cincinnati. I think they know. Like, we just have to run it up on every. We can't give them any fucking doubt. Damn, who do they play next week?
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing. Huh?
Yeah, I gotta figure that out because I might be looking to bet them early. UCF.
They play UCF next week.
Yep.
Wow. I'd probably have to roll with them.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, because I have a feeling they're probably gonna roll over everybody.
Yeah, it looks like their toughest opponent on the schedule, like they're really not playing anybody. It's probably going to be SMU. Like they're playing, so they got UCF, Navy, Tulane, Tulsa,
Christ, dude.
South Florida, SMU, and East Carolina. Like some of these teams are just.
What the fuck is up with Cody Bellinger?
What happened?
No, he sucks now.
I honestly think it's the injuries, man.
He just swung and missed at like the same pitch like 3 pitches in a row.
I don't know what's going on with him. Like he's not the same. I really think it's the injuries.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't explain plate awareness.
No.
But like most of his struggles, I think. Bueller's actually he's having a pretty decent game though. Outside of shit dude Logan Webb. He's got 10 strikeouts and no walks.
Yeah, he's just insane right now, dude. Like, he's only had 77 pitches after 7 innings.
Holy shit. What's going on here?
We should get Johnny on here so we stay up all night.
Yeah, right? Oh, somebody just tagged me in some Hawkeye stuff. Iowa Zach. So we've been doing these betting shows with On Tap. Yeah. Now we started a weekly Thursday night live stream. And the dude that I do the show with, Iowa Zach, he said if the Hawks win tomorrow, I will absolutely jump through the table. Because I don't know, I'll have to send it to you. He's like shotgunning a beer. Like he opens it with his fucking teeth after a Hawks win. I forget who we played that. Oh, it was the Cy-Hawk game against Iowa State. Yeah, I'm excited for the game though tomorrow. I really am.
Yeah.
I'm nervous. I know you are too.
Yeah, I'm really nervous. I'm gonna get probably drunk before the game.
I won't be able to because I'll have too much shit I gotta write for Sunday.
Oh yeah.
I'll drink a couple. Who am I kidding? I'll probably have a couple tomorrow. Yeah. All right, man. I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah.
We're not gonna pull a Johnny tonight.
No.
Not
gonna have me fall asleep on the stream.
No. Well, you can't anyways.
What?
If you fall asleep on the stream, I'm just leaving.
Well, yeah. That'll just be me on the screen.
Yeah. I'm just like like giving you fucking lullabies or something. That was hilarious.
Chris Bryant's up again.
Okay, yeah, I definitely gotta go. I'm gonna watch this.
See ya.
All right, man. Later. Go Hawks.
Go Penn State. Well, everybody, thanks for joining the stream. Enjoy the rest of this game tonight, and we'll be back some other time with another live stream. Catch the Too Much Podtar podcast wherever you get your podcasts, and follow me at Alex Kielar on Twitter. Find all of our articles at Primetime Sports Talk at primetimesportstalk.com, on the Twitter at primetime at Talk Primetime, and PTST News for all of the articles. And catch you later. Have a great night.